Hi, everyone. So I was thinking about if I was brand new to real estate today and I wanted to take 100 listings in 2022, what would I do? With over 25 years of experience in real estate and having coached tens of thousands of agents and listed and sold a lot of homes, I am going to tell you exactly step by step what I would do and what you need to do to take 100 listings in 2022. I actually took the time to write down a lot of notes. I have them here. I have them actually in a piece of paper. So you're going to see me looking down because I want to make sure I don't forget to tell you anything that you need to do to make this happen. So get a pen and paper and start writing. The first thing you're going to do, we're talking about taking 100 listings in 2022. You got to set that as a goal. That is everything, because without a goal, you're like a ship without a rudder. Whatever comes up, you start running around after different things and you don't focus. So have a goal for yourself and write it down. I take 100 listings in 2022. That's your goal. Here's step number 2. You have to become obsessed with this goal. And what I mean by obsessed is you cannot stop thinking about it 24/7. You're consumed by taking 100 listings in 2022. This is required. I don't care how long you've been in real estate, how many listings you took in 2021, what your experience is. It doesn't matter. Taking 100 listings in 1 year is a big goal for any agent. There are agents that have teams and they don't take 100 listings a year. You can do it, but it's not going to be just because, well, it's a good idea. I would like to do that. No, obsessed. You are thinking about it 24/7. And what that means also is because you're obsessed with this goal, you're going to talk to everyone, everywhere about selling real estate. Are you interested in selling real estate? Who do you know that wants to sell real estate? People may tell you they know somebody who wants to buy or they want to buy. What do you do with that? Take that buyer and refer it to somebody else. You are not going to take 100 listings in 2022 if you're running around with buyers, but buyers are going to show up. Just refer them to a great buyer's agent and take a referral fee, and you stay focused on listings. You go to the grocery store, you go out to dinner, you go to Starbucks, you go to your hair salon or the barbershop. You're talking to everyone, everywhere. Do you know somebody who wants to buy or sell real estate? Are you interested in selling your home and buying a new home anytime in the near future? This is required. And listen, this is not going to be an effort because you may be thinking, oh my gosh, I got to talk to everyone else. If you're obsessed about your goal, not if, when you are obsessed about your goal, it's just what you do. It's not an effort, it's just what you do. Here's what I want you to also write it down. You got to stay positive. This is an exciting goal. This is not a chore. This is not like something, oh my gosh, dreadful. No, no, no. You know how exciting it is to take 100 listings in 1 year? Positive and excited about your goal. Now, you also have to be obsessive about prospecting. What is prospecting? When you're talking to everyone everywhere, you are prospecting. But in addition to that, you're going to have some time when you're actually on the phone dialing. I'm going to tell you who to talk to. I'm going to give you the plan. I'm going to give you the schedule. Everything is coming up here. Obsessive about prospecting, which means, what does prospecting mean? It means to find people who want to sell their house. Because when you find somebody who wants to sell, now you go on a listing appointment and you take a listing. One of the 100 you're going to take in 2022. When you're obsessed about prospecting, you're always working to improve and get better. You also need to be obsessive about lead follow-up. I'll talk to you more about that in just a little bit. And also obsessive about mastering your listing presentation. Those are the requirements here. Prospecting, lead follow-up, listing presentation. Listen, when you're obsessed about this goal, nothing is going to get in the way of you achieving that goal. Meaning, not getting there, it's not an option. Like there's no alternative. 95 won't cut it. It's 100 and you're going to do whatever it takes. Attitude is everything. Your mindset is everything. I'm going to tell you what to do, but if you don't have this mindset and attitude in place, it's not going to happen. So this is where you start and this is who you are from now on. And by the way, 2022 already started. You're probably watching this in 2021. You got to start right now, right now, right now, right now. Not tomorrow, not Monday, no procrastination. It's right here, right now. So let's talk about the plan. And it's a plan and a schedule, but I'll give you the specific schedule in a little bit. You're going to start every day, Monday through Saturday, because you are going to work on Saturdays too until noon. So you're going to work Monday through Friday, Saturday until noon, and then Saturday afternoon, Sundays, that's your time off. Oh my gosh, I got to work 5.5 days a week. Listen, we're talking about taking 100 listings. Most real estate agents sell an average of 5 homes a year and they're working 6-7 days a week. So yeah, you're going to start your day first thing in the morning. You're not going to wake up in the morning, grab your phone and go check social media. No more of that. We're going to put some new disciplines in place. The disciplines that an agent who takes 100 listings a year have. And that discipline is the first 30 minutes of your day. You're going to work on strengthening how you think, your mindset. And what are you going to do in those 30 minutes? You're going to read 10-15 minutes of a powerful, positive, motivational, inspirational book. Then you're going to spend a few minutes listening. You're going to read the book. Then you're going to listen to maybe another 10 minutes of a powerful, positive, motivational audio program. There's so much great stuff out there. You're going to start your day by feeding your mind positive ideas. Then you could watch a couple of videos. There's a ton of stuff on YouTube. And SalesX Training, there are almost 400 video lessons on mindset, on skills, on action, on live role plays, all kinds of stuff. First 30 minutes of your day, that's what you do. And then you're going to take a few minutes. I don't know how long it's going to take, and it doesn't really matter. And you're going to start the day right after this mindset routine by writing one affirmation. And I'm going to tell you what that affirmation is. So write this down. You're going to write it down. I take 100 listings in 2022. Write it down right now. And every morning, right after your 30-minute mindset routine, you're going to write this affirmation down 100 times. Yes, I take 100 listings a week in 2022, 100 times. And when I was writing these notes down, I thought, oh, I know some agents are going to think, oh, how long is it going to take for me to write that down 100 times? Does it even matter how long it's going to take? You're obsessed about your goal. Whatever it takes. It probably takes 5-10 minutes. It doesn't matter. You're going to make it happen. Then you're going to spend 15 minutes practicing your scripts. This is not role playing. This is practicing so you can first memorize. After you memorize, you internalize the script, and then you get to a point where you own them. It's not scripted anymore. I could call you at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, I'm an expired, go. And the scripts just come out of your mouth because you own them. How you're going to do that? You're going to spend 15 minutes reading your scripts, the scripts you're using, all of them out loud as fast as you can, over and over and over and over and over and over and over for 15 minutes. Then you're going to spend 15 minutes role playing. You're warming up. Now, these 15 minutes of role play have to be done with a great role play partner. If you don't have a great role play partner, scratch that. Forget it. Don't role play. Okay, because otherwise you're wasting 15 minutes of your time. A great role play partner is one who gives you feedback. They tell you what you did well and they tell you what you need to do to improve. It's someone who challenges you. on these role plays. Not just like, what's the point of role playing with somebody if there's no challenge? You're not learning anything. The only way you learn and grow and get better is challenging yourself. Then you're going to spend 1 hour training. I am the founder and coach at SalesX Training. We have hundreds of training lessons, action related lessons, mindset lessons, skills lesson, live role plays, Q&A, anything and everything that you could possibly imagine. Spend an hour a day on that in the morning. So you could see already 30 minutes of mindset. Then you're going to write your affirmations 100 times. Then you're going to chant scripts for 15 minutes. Then you're going to role play for 15 minutes and an hour of training. That's going to take you about 2 hours and 15 minutes, let's call it. So plan accordingly. Now, you're going to get on the phone to prospect at 8 a.m. if you live in Florida. If you don't live in Florida, check to see what is the time that you can legally start prospecting, okay? In Florida, it's 8 a.m. and you're going to be on the phone prospecting for 4 hours. I'm going to tell you who to call. I'm going to tell you how to get phone numbers. Hang on. I know you're thinking about all of that. 4 hours, non-stop. And what I mean non-stop is, can you take a break to go to the bathroom? Can you get something to drink? Yes, you can. But you're not going to stop to check your email, to check social media, to go call somebody back. No. Those things, first of all, social media and whatever, you shouldn't even be doing that at all. It's just a distraction. It's a rabbit hole of negativity for the most part. So you got to be really cautious with that. I'm going to talk more about that in just a couple of minutes. So these 4 hours, they look like this. Dial, talk, dial, talk, dial, talk. You're not researching. You're not looking up tax records. You're not trying to figure out if this expired, relisted. No, it's dial, talk. You want to pick up a rhythm. You want to get into a momentum here. Now, I'm going to tell you who to call in order of priority. So make sure you're writing this down. First calls of every day are going to be today's expired listings, the new expireds for today. If you have one, or if you have 10 or 50 or 100, you're going to call all the new ones for today. However many you have, then you're going to call for sale by owners, the new for sale by owners as well. Then you're going to call your sphere of influence, the people you know. Take the total number of people you know that's in your database, divided by 55, which is the average days you work in a quarter, and call that many people every day, right after the for sale by owners. If you have past clients, you may not have it if you're new to real estate, whatever, but you still have people you know. If you have past clients, you group them with your database people, your sphere of influence, divided by 55, and call that certain number. Then you're gonna call old expireds. A new expired is one that expired today. An old expired is one that expired yesterday, the day before yesterday, last week, last month, and 6 months ago, and a year ago, okay? So you go chronological order backwards, calling old expireds. Then you're gonna call older FSBOs, the day before, and the day before, and the week before. So that's the order of priority. And the last people you're going to call, actually, it's not the last. After for sale by owners, you're going to call for rent by owners. So these are typically investors, and they have a house they want to rent, and they're renting by owner. Well, you're looking for listings, seller listings, to sell, not to rent. But a lot of these for rent by owners, when you talk about how great an opportunity it is for them to sell now, a lot of them selling was plan A, and they decided to rent for whatever reason because selling wasn't working out. They could be expired listings that decided to rent. Great source of business there. Then you can call absentee owners, depending on what market you're in. Some markets have obviously more absentee owners than others. So you want to check that out, and you want to make sure you call these people. And the last one would be just listed and just sold calls. So this is around a neighborhood. And I'm going to talk to you more about the neighborhood and how to select the neighborhood in just a minute. First, I want to say, I know that some of you are saying, oh my gosh, where am I going to get phone numbers? Listen, you cannot be looking up expired listings and getting phone numbers on your own. That's a huge waste of time. You don't want to do that. Same with for sale by owners. There are many services that provide phone numbers for you. You get up in the morning, you open your computer, and they're there. Espresso Agent is the one I recommend. It's excellent data. It's the best information you can get. And it's also a great price. If you go on, we should put a link in this video so you can get to Espresso Agent. We'll put it in the description of the video, because if you use my code, you'll be able to get a discount. So check it out in the description and you'll find that there. And like I said, in the morning, you're not going to be looking up phone numbers. You have your routine. At 8 o'clock, you start dialing. So you need to prepare the phone numbers for the next day, the night before. And you need to start every morning with a minimum of 500 new phone numbers in front of you. Because that way, you're never going to run out of phone numbers. The biggest excuse that real estate agents that I've heard in all of my years of coaching agents is, oh, I made calls for half an hour and then I stopped because I ran out of numbers. No, that's never going to happen. At least 500, maybe even 1,000 the night before. You're going to select the neighborhood. You're not going to have enough FSBOs and expired to spend 4 hours on the phone, okay? Most of you are not. If you're calling old expireds, but even then, at some point, you're going to go, when you're doing this consistently, which you will and you have to because you're obsessed about your goals. So you're not going to prospect one day a month or one day a week. This is going to be your schedule every single day, Monday through Friday and Saturday until noon. So you're not going to have enough FSBOs and expired. You're going to need to make some other types of calls. How do you select a neighborhood to make these just listed, just sold calls? First of all, pick an area of, say, 3,000 homes. Pick a neighborhood. This is, most real estate agents are familiar with what a farm area is. It's a geographic area, certain neighborhood that you're going to make calls through. Select an area of 3,000 homes that have a rate of turnover of about at least 5% a year. 5-6% a year is a good number. So homes are selling. So if there's 3,000 homes in this area, 5% of that would be 150 a year are selling. So you got to do a little bit of research and you got to figure this out. You're not going to go spend time calling an area of 3,000 homes with a 1% rate of turnover when you can pick an area of 5 or 6%. And also select a price range that makes sense. Yes, a nice price range depending on your area. So now I'm going to talk to you about your daily schedule. So you're going to set up, you're going to wake up in the morning. Well, you're going to have to wake up at least 6:30 in the morning because by 8 a.m. you're on the phone and you've got 2 hours and 15 minutes of stuff to do before you get on the phone. If you want to exercise in the morning, well, you're going to have to get up a little bit earlier. You're going to be part of the 5 a.m. club or 5:30 or whatever. So you're going to get up in the morning. You're going to follow that routine that I told you. 8 a.m. you're on the phone until noon. At noon, you're going to take an hour for lunch from 12 to 1 p.m. From 1 p.m. till 3 p.m., I'm being so generous with this, that's time for you to do administrative work. Make sure you don't get totally distracted. You got from 1 till 3 p.m. to handle whatever you need to handle. If you have listing appointments in the afternoon between 1 and 3, you're going to do your CMA, prepare your paperwork, and then you're going to go on appointments, which in the beginning, you might not get appointments right away because you got to build some momentum here. You got to pick up a rhythm. You're going to start getting better and better at this. So if you have appointments, you prepare and you go. If you don't, you do a little bit of your admin work, whatever it is you need to do. From 3 to 5 p.m., you're going to door knock that neighborhood of 3,000 homes. You're going to go door to door, meet people face to face, and have conversations with them. You could also, part of this door knocking, some for sale by owners and expired listings that you may not have a phone number for. During that time, you could break it up. One day you go to the neighborhood, another day you go door knock FSBOs and expireds. You could even door knock some FSBOs and expireds that you've talked to and you weren't able to set an appointment. Go see them face to face between 3 and 5. From 5 p.m. until 8 p.m., another 3 hours of telephone prospecting. The new expireds, the old expireds, the FSBOs that didn't answer the phone in the morning. Between 5 and 8 p.m. is a great time for people to answer the phone. I'm talking Florida time. In Florida, you can legally make calls between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. So you got 3 more hours of prospecting in the afternoon. Now, let's talk about lead follow-up. Write this down. So when I refer to lead follow-up, a lead is someone that you've had a conversation with and you weren't able to set an appointment on the first call. So now you're going to follow up with them. You need to be obsessive about following up on your leads. An agent like you who's going to list 100 homes in 2022, they don't follow up on their leads like they call today, they don't answer the phone, oh, I'll call again next week. It's not like that. Obsessed. What does that mean? It means that you're gonna call, you got a great lead here and you're only gonna keep great leads. You don't keep junky leads anymore. Agents that take 100 listings a year, they don't keep junky leads, only great leads. You're gonna call your leads every hour on the hour, every hour on the hour. The first time you call, after the initial call, if they don't pick up the phone, leave a message the first time and then call them an hour later. Let the phone ring 4 times. They don't answer, hang up. Don't leave a message anymore. Okay. They don't answer an hour later, call an hour later. 4 rings, hang up. They don't answer, call an hour later. Every hour on the hour. Obsessive. They're a great lead. You're the best agent to take this listing. And you're not going to let this lead fall through the cracks. Now, I said you only keep great leads. And how you're going to make sure you do that, write down the 10% rule. Only 10% of the total number of people that you talk to in a day will become a lead for you. So if you make 50 contacts, and a contact is having a conversation, it's not dialing the phone and they don't answer, that's not a contact. So if you have 50 conversations with people about buying or selling real estate, you should not have more than 5 leads at the end of the day. If you have more than that, you're not closing for appointments. And by the way, you need to track your numbers. How do you know how many people you're talking to? Track it. Get a piece of paper. Everybody you talk to, make a little thing and go in blocks of 5 and find a way to track it. You have to. Listen, an agent who lists 100 homes a year, they're an entrepreneur. It's a business person. It's not like the average agent out there that does whatever and have no idea what they're doing. You're tracking how many hours you spend on the phone, how many people you talk to, how many appointments you set, how many you go on. You're tracking all of your numbers. So now, 10% rule, no more than 10% of your conversations will turn into a lead. Because if not, you're just not closing for appointments. You're not setting appointments. Everybody you talk to becomes a lead. And then your lead follow-up becomes clogged with junk that gives you a false sense of security. Because now you think, oh my gosh, I have 300 leads. Something is going to happen from this. And then nothing happens because they're all junky leads. And you may have 1 or 2 that are great leads, but they get lost in the shuffle. An agent listing 100 homes a year like you doesn't behave like that. Now, you are not going on any more previews. You do not preview homes. You're going to set appointments. You're going to pre-qualify these appointments and no more previews. Previews also give you a false sense of security. Oh my gosh, yes, well, something's going to happen here because they said I could come look at the house. Waste of time. I know you know, as you're listening to this right now, Agents that are taking 100 listings a year, they're not wasting their time on previews. They're going on pre-qualified listing appointments only. Now, I gave you your daily schedule already. Oh, this is really important. Listen to this. You're going to stop talking to negative people. Now, I don't care who they are. I don't care if it's your family, friends, other agents in your office, or even your broker. I don't care who they are. Anyone who is negative, who doesn't believe you could achieve your goal, who's talking about how hard real estate is and how terrible the market is and how hard FISBOs and expireds are and listings are hard to get. Listen, you need to stop that. Okay, you start having a conversation with somebody, they go negative, you're out, because you gotta protect your mental space. You're doing so much every day to strengthen your mindset, to work on your skills. You're taking action, and then you're gonna let people throw garbage in your mind? No more. You have to stay positive. That includes not watching the news, no television, unless you want to watch some comedy or something that makes you laugh, that makes you happy. No more TV, no news, no radio, no music in your car. Every time you get in your car, you're listening to a powerful, positive, motivational, inspirational audio program. You're bombarding your brain with powerful stuff, positive things only. Now, here's the breakdown on how this is going to happen for you. You're going to work 240 days in 2022. 240. Saturday mornings, I didn't talk about that when I talked about your schedule. You're going to prospect from 9 a.m. until noon. You're going to be back on the phone, dial talk for 3 hours. Make sure you follow the routine before you get on the phone on Saturdays, just like every other day. So 240 days worked. Your goal is to set one listing appointment every day that you work. There's no, but is that realistic? Am I going to be able to set a listing appointment every day? Listen, in the beginning, you may not. You may spend a whole entire month doing what I told you to do and not set an appointment. Some of you might. It depends on your experience, your level of skill, your mindset. It depends on a lot of different things. It doesn't matter. When you're obsessed about your goals and you follow what I'm telling you, you're going to get to your goal because there's no other option. Okay? There's no other way this is going to work. But it may not start happening right away. So listen, I'll talk more about that in just a minute. 240 days worked. You're going to set 240 listing appointments. So out of the 240, let's say 40 cancel for whatever reason. They cancel, you pre-qualify and you decide to cancel, whatever. You're going to go on 200 listing appointments. And you're going to have a 50% closing ratio, which is not that great. Some of you are going to be able to do a lot better. And you're going to take 100 listings. That is your breakdown. Overall, with the schedule I gave you, with the 4 hours of prospecting in the morning, 2 hours of door knocking, and 3 hours of prospecting from 5 to 8 p.m., and this is when you don't have appointments in the afternoon. You never set an appointment for the morning. Your mornings they're sacred. Okay, those 4 hours in the morning, nothing is gonna get in the way of that. But in the afternoon, you're gonna be going on listing appointments. So the days you don't have appointments, that's what you do. So now you're gonna have a goal to speak with, conversations, contacts, 100 per day. If you have appointments in the afternoon, you're not gonna do all the prospecting. You're going to be focused on at least 10 contacts per hour. So if there's a day when you have appointments in the afternoon and you're prospecting for 4 hours in the morning, minimum 10 contacts an hour. So that would be 40 for the day. There are days when you're going to make 100 because you're going to be on the phone for several hours because you don't have appointments in the afternoon. Okay, great. Now, are you exhausted? Whew. When you have these kind of days, yeah, you're going to be tired because you're going to be putting out a lot of energy, but you're going to be so excited because you're obsessed with this goal. And taking 100 listings next year is going to change your life forever. And when you do it once, you get the belief and the knowing that you can do it again, and you can keep growing and getting better, which is so exciting. But you'll be tired. Most likely after day one, you'll be exhausted. That's normal. Think about it. If you run a marathon for the first time, you probably spend a week after this marathon not being able to even move. Yes, you're going to be exhausted, but the next day you're going to get up and do it again. I want you to think like an elite athlete. How does an elite athlete, how do they train for the Olympics? What is it that they're doing? Are they like training for half an hour a day, once a week? No, they're at it every single day. And when you start doing it every day, it's just going to become second nature. It's going to get easier and easier. And you got to have fun. Listen, you can't sit there and like be miserable. Oh, this is dreadful. I hate it. Nobody can keep up with that. You got to have energy, passion, excitement about this goal, and have fun. Have music playing in the background. Get yourself excited and pumped up in the morning. When you take a 5-minute break to go to the bathroom or get something to drink, put some high energy music and get yourself into a really powerful, excited state. The more fun you have, the more money you make. I know for sure. Actually, when I was writing down all of these notes, as I'm writing things down, I'm thinking, wow, I'm actually describing to them, and I've described to you here what I used to do when I got into real estate. This is how I used to think, bombarding my brain with powerful stuff, avoiding negative people, taking massive action, practicing my scripts every day, having that mindset routine, prospecting nights and weekends and whatever it takes. This is how I actually build my real estate career. I didn't have that in mind, really. Well, let me describe to them what I did when I started in real estate. That's not how this started. It just started like, what would I do? And at the end, when I looked at it, I'm like, wow, that is what I did. And I know that no matter what your experience is, how long you've been in the business, you follow what I just gave you here, and you are going to make it happen. And I can't wait to hear about it.